Hello everyone, hi, how are you guys doing today? Welcome back to another reaction episode of Buffy, the Vampire Slayer. That's right, my name's Matt, hello. Buffy time. Last time on Buffy, we got Xander and Anya's situation getting even more off the rails, like way more than even we could have even conceived, you know? It was already pretty bad with Xander dipping out of the wedding last second. Then we had an episode where like we didn't really talk about it much, and then Anya came back. It was nice to see Anya again because I do want more Anya. I do want to see what happens with her, but what happens with her is actually worse than it was before because she feels so hurt that she wanted to enact revenge on Xander. She went back to being a vengeance demon, by the way, and she doesn't get to in the classic sense, but she does get to do it accidentally by having a series of bad decisions, getting drunk and having sex with Spike, which just happened to have been filmed by the webcam network that the three losers set up, that the main cast just happened to have tapped into in order to look at them, which Xander just happened to see in that moment while it was happening. And then Xander just decided, I'm just going to try to murder Spike, which, you know, fair. And he didn't get to because Anya stopped them. They shouted at each other a little bit. Then Spike just casually mentions that he and Buffy have been fucking. And then Xander is like, I don't know what the fuck's happening. And he just leaves. And like I said this previous episode, I feel like Xander has to be on like a suicide watch or something like this episode. Like he has to feel so betrayed by everybody at this point. So I don't know where this is gonna go. It's just extremely messy. It couldn't be messier. Something I will say is that by this point that I'm recording this, the episode in which the wedding, or you know, the non-wedding happened, Hell's Bells, that went up on YouTube. So I actually got to read some of some people's comments because I actually did want to read people's comments on that episode specifically. And if something become clear to me is that apparently I am one of the only people in the world that is giving Xander any degree of empathy. And I wonder if that comes from a... How do I put this? I was thinking about this, but there's probably not like any credibility to this. So, you know, don't follow me on this thought process necessarily. But I wonder if there's like a level of difference between like how do I put this, neurodivergent folks and neurotypical folks. Because I read one comment that made me think about that, which was waiting until the wedding day to confront your fears of commitment. And I was thinking about the idea of like the wedding itself, and I thought about it in reference to myself, and like I'm not thinking about the wedding like at all. And I'm thinking to myself, and I'm like, but the wedding is such a big deal to Anya. And like, I get that. But I also then remember that, right, weddings are like really important to normal people. That's something that does happen in the world. Like, I remember being younger and weddings being like a thing that other children talked about. And it was like a dream kind of thing. So I have to imagine that for a lot of people out there in the world, weddings are something that you are kind of preparing yourself to your entire life. It's kind of like something that you're constantly looking up to, and it's like a pivotal moment in your life where like there is before that and after that. And I guess on some level it is, like, regardless of, you know, and I guess on some level it is, like, regardless of how important it is to you. But like in my head, I'm like, the wedding doesn't really matter though. It's like the relationship between the people does matter. The commitment they decide to apply themselves to matters. Like on some ways, like the wedding itself doesn't matter. It's most like the symbolic unity of it is what matters. The fact that both of you agreed to this is what matters, more so than just the event. The event is just an event. It's not something that to me has much meaning necessarily, but that's maybe not how most people feel. So if I look at it from that angle, I suppose that I can see how maybe lots of people don't give Xander any leniency when it comes to this. Because they maybe look at it from the perspective of like, come on, man, like on the wedding day. And I'm thinking about it and I'm like, I wasn't like the wedding to me wasn't really that important. Because to me it's so clear to see that because I've also been following Xander's character. Like I rewatched Restless and I made like a 4 hours video on it or whatever. And a lot of that video was Xander. And it was just me thinking about Xander and what I'm looking and what I'm seeing about Xander. And I'm like, this motherfucker's got some issues. And it's so perfect for me that it all comes back in this moment because it should theoretically happen in this moment, more so than in any other moment. Like when I'm looking at him, look at his dad being abusive to his mom, I'm like, I get it. Like I get exactly what he's feeling, and I get exactly like where this issue is coming from. And like it's crazy to me that maybe someone could watch this episode and not realize that Xander just fucking hates himself so much, you know? And I'm remembering now, I had a conversation with a friend of mine, and this is a little random, but they mentioned how like, did they not remember that like a divorce could happen, you know, like that's on the table. And they were saying that from the angle of like, you know, if it doesn't work out, or if you look at yourself and realize that you are becoming your dad, you can just stop at some point. You know, you don't have to trap yourself into this. You can just leave if it doesn't work out. And in my head, I like heard that and I was like, no, because the point is not being trapped in marriage. The point is that like Xander hates himself. Like that's really it. Is the fact that like Xander looks at himself and he realizes that he too could be an abusive piece of shit, and he doesn't want to do that. It's not like, oh, it's fine, I'm just gonna like hit my wife a couple times and then I'll take a divorce and it will be fine. It's like, no, he just hates the fact that he sees that as a possibility because he really just hates himself. And it's not just that he hates himself, it's that in that moment he didn't see a hopeful future. He just saw a future that was just grim and abusive, and he was like, I can't do that to her, and just ran. And I understand, because he doesn't say that you could watch that and go like, oh, he's such a piece of shit for doing this to Anna in this moment. But like, I can just clearly see what he's thinking. And like, I can see the thought process, and I know exactly how he feels, and I feel really bad for him. Because ultimately, he is doing what he believes is best for her, which is an extremely awkward position to be in, because he's hurting her in making that decision. But in his head, he believes that he's doing the right thing because he doesn't want Anya to be a repeat of his mom, which he sees himself as a repeat of his dad. So that's really what it's coming down to. Sorry, I just got way into a tangent immediately. But like, I suppose this is going to be relevant to the episode, because I suppose this episode could not deal with Xander and Anya, but I hope it does, because it's like the most important thing in the show right now. Like, to me. Like, I give less of a shit about Buffy and Spike. Sorry, everybody, apparently. But I'm really on this, like, Xander and Anya thing right now, because this is, like so messy and so fucked up, and I really, really want to see more. So that's where I'm at with, like, the Xander and Anya situation. And, like, I do want to make it very clear that I do feel really bad for Anya. And I do think that maybe the worst thing that could have happened to her. But, like, it's just so clear to me that neither of them were ready. And it's not just like waiting until the wedding to just be like, oh man, I can't do it. It's like, in that moment, you're looking at your dad and you go like, I can. I'm him, you know, and just running. Like, to me, it's just like such a clear emotional response. Because like later on, like the episode that I watched previously, like 2 episodes ago, he came back and he was like, I fucked up. I shouldn't have done that. And it's like, of course, like in any other scenario, he would have like gone through with it and maybe things would have been fine. Maybe they wouldn't have. I don't fucking know what would have happened. But in that moment, he had such an emotional, visceral reaction that he was just like, I'm just going to run away. I got it. I mean, it's just my natural tendency to give a lot of empathy towards characters who run away. That's been well documented in the history of this channel. Where's Faith, by the way? Like, I want to see Faith back. She's in jail, but like, I just want to see Faith again, you know? Like, Faith would arrive in season 6 and solve everything. She wouldn't. She would make everything worse. But I would like it, actually. What was it talking about? Fuck it. Let's just watch the episode. Patreon. Check out the Patreon link in the description below. Pop up on the screen. You can support the channel. You can watch the next couple episode reactions as well as Angel watch-alongs. We're getting really close to the ending, actually. I'm just realizing that. So, I guess, maybe beginning of the two-parter finale should be up on Patreon. So, check that out. Yeah. Tune in. Let's watch the episode. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Season 6, Episode 19. Let's go. Well, I'm glad someone had a fun night.
I was just thinking about Buffy. She wouldn't talk about what happened at the magic shop when she got home last night. I know this is gonna sound crazy, but I think something might be going on with Spike and Buffy.
Yeah.
I think maybe...
They've been sleeping together.
Sleeping together? Does everybody else know? Am I the only one she didn't?
God, no, she didn't even mean to tell me. It just came out.
How could she hide something like this from me?
Well, she felt really...
Get on your face.
Yeah, she felt really ashamed. I really like that scene because it really just came out. She was really a mess.
I really need someone to talk to.
We've been kind of busy. Maybe we didn't hear her come home.
It's crazy that both of you were like in Fantasyland in the middle of everything just burning to pieces.
She back yet?
Not yet.
You don't think she's gonna hurt Spike, do you? Must have hurt so much. And poor Xander. Everything is so screwed up.
It's gonna be hard. When people have such strong feelings for each other, sometimes...
Is she back yet?
Oh, hey.
Huh. You and...
That's my cue to go put some clothes on.
No. I'm totally not here. You guys, you do whatever you want. I'll go watch TV downstairs really loud in the basement where I can't hear anything.
Get back to it. So long as you two are together. Get back to it.
I love you guys.
All right.
All right. Let's make this quick.
Okay. Trace back the signal. But they knew that the signal was being traced. They like set up a bomb or something. Too late. Osoina. Azar? Oh my god. They left some like Indiana Jones as like traps for her. What the fuck is this? My guys, you could have just set up a bomb. Please let there be a bomb. Please blow up.
Okay. That's gonna cost you.
Okay, I guess we just didn't really have the budget in order to do the effects for an explosion like that. Why did they set up like a bunch of like random ass Indiana Jones ass saws coming for her, just swinging across? Just set up a bomb.
I left in a hurry. Van was gone, but everything else was still there. Nothing left now. Giant buzzsaw. This is all that I could save. Let's see if we can find anything that might tell us what they're doing, where they're going.
Oh, this might take a while.
Unlucky.
Should we call Xander?
I don't think he's really in the Scooby space.
Maybe they've heard something in the demon bars about those guys.
Spike's not part of the team.
Yeah.
So he's not going to be around anymore?
We can only hope.
What about Anya? She might be able to help with the demon texts.
I know how you feel. Maybe I can help.
How could Karl do that to me, that bastard?
Are we vengeance
He's a
demoning?
man. Look no further.
He cheated on me with my fat, ugly sister.
Like some fleshy, huh? I bet you wish he'd blowed up a couple of 1,000 pounds and pop like a big old meat zeppelin, don't you?
He said he'd love me.
Gee, then he must have meant it, because, hey, guys never say anything they don't really mean, do they? They say, oh, Anya, I want to be with you for the rest.
Just trauma dumping at work, really.
Men suck. I wish Karl's flesh would...
You know, he said it isn't me, but how can I believe him?
Interrupt her wish, just to trauma dump more.
But he lied to me every day for months.
I wish...
He lied and lied and lied some more. Then he thinks he can just sweep the carnage underneath the rug by saying, oh...
I'm sorry. Don't hurt me. Please.
Okay, so they're crashing some demon's place.
Wow. These things are tougher than I thought.
You want a piece of this? Not so tough, are you now, puppet? and stuff.
I love that we actually get to see their personalities here. Warren is the psychopath that doesn't give a fuck. Andrew is the coward that actually goes to kick someone while they're down, just to establish themselves as the one that has power. And Jonathan is the one that is just here, but he doesn't really want to be here. Oh god, it's a Spike scene. Everybody brace yourselves. That's kind of where I'm at whenever it's Spike. Spike time. Dawn.
Not planning a camp out, are we?
No. Everybody's pretty mad at you. You're not gonna be coming around anymore, are you?
It's complicated, Niblet.
Do you really love her?
Hmm.
And how could you do that to her? I don't know what happened between you two. What you did last night. If you wanted to hurt Buffy, congratulations. It worked.
Okay. I like that Dawn is the one that came to talk to him. Because Dawn, again, Dawn's whole deal is that she really just wants a family. She wants people to be with her. And whenever a member is cut off, she has to feel it. Even if it's like fucked up.
This sucks.
Oh my god.
What? I don't trust that leprechaun.
Okay, just stay frosty.
I don't trust that leprechaun.
You got it? Yeah, I got it.
What do you steal? Some orbs.
The orbs of Nezlakhan.
Oh, I thought they were Dragon Balls, but...
Invulnerability. The deluxe package.
Okay, one and the other.
Are you sure they're working right?
Let's find out.
Do you get a string, or... They... Okay.
That was so hot.
Let me try.
Oh my
Watch
god.
the pause, little man. You at least get a whirl. As soon as I'm done playing with him.
Andrew has made like 2 or 3 like gay innuendos since. Alright, Xander time. What are we doing?
She loves you. You know that. She was hurting and she did this really stupid thing.
I know why Anya, but you,
You don't know how hard it's been.
what, lying to me?
Being here. You have no idea how hard it is just being here.
You could have told me.
Xander, what I do with my personal life is none of your business.
It used to be. God, what were you thinking?
You're asking me that? Oh, because your decision-making skills have really sparkled lately.
I'm not saying I didn't make any mistakes, but last time I checked, slaughtering half of Europe wasn't one of them. You think he'd still be all snuggles if that chip ever stopped working?
Doesn't matter. I'm not seeing him anymore. It's over.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going around.
Just about the worst way that conversation could have gone for everybody involved.
It's all a mess.
These things take time. We'll figure it out.
Would that involve getting up? Eventually. And I'm coming out firmly against it.
Right.
You're all wet.
It's a good thing I'm part fish.
Which part?
The part with the hook in it.
Careful. Someone might reel you in.
Yeah, then there'd be the flopping and the gasping. Sure, maybe it'd work out, but chances are I'd up and leave you at the helm in your white dress. And then comes the fighting, and again with the flopping and the gasping. Yes. Hey, chicken of the sea here's not...
Everybody's just trauma dumping on strangers today.
Sorry, I'm just looking to curl up with the quiet alone tonight.
It's a bad day. Oh my god, they're here.
Let's make some noise.
Is your whole plan to just like get women? Just progressively worse ways and creepier ways to get women? Oh, that's a new one. That vampire got a kick in right as it vanished. You broke a tombstone.
Are you hurt? You're not moving so well.
Get out.
Okay.
We have to talk.
You spoke, I listened. Now leave.
I'm sorry. Not that it mattered anymore, but I needed you to know that.
Why?
Because I care about you.
Then you might want to try the not sleeping with my friends.
I didn't go to Anya for that. I was looking for a spell.
You were gonna use a spell on me?
It wasn't for you. I wanted something. anything to make these feelings stop. I just wanted it to stop. You should have let him kill me.
I couldn't do that.
Why?
You know why.
Because you love me.
I have feelings for you, but it's not love. I could never trust you enough for it to be love.
Trust is for old marrieds, Buffy. Great love is wild and passionate and dangerous. It burns and consumes.
Spike, please stop this.
Let yourself feel it.
No.
You love me.
Spike, stop! What are you doing? Ah!
Let it go.
My guy, no.
Buffy, Buffy.
Spike, no.
We're okay. Now we're here. We're back.
When I was inside you.
My God. Oh my. This is difficult to watch. I don't want to watch it.
Please don't.
I'm gonna make you feel it.
Ask me again why I could never love you.
Yeah.
Buffy, my God, I didn't.
Because I stopped you. Something I should have done a long time ago.
I think that takes the cake for the most uncomfortable scene in the show. Like the whole thing.
Maybe you and I should think about it. Warren's the boss.
All right, the episode's not over yet. We have to keep going though.
Picard, you're Deanna Troy. Get used to the feeling betazoid.
I'm not in the mood for Star Trek references, my man.
Hey! She only comes together with me. Get lost, Shrimp.
Frankie? It's Warren. Remember Warren? Gym class.
Is he just taking revenge from your bullies from high school? From primary school?
I mean, I know you were just fooling around. Like I'm gonna be with your girl in about 5 minutes.
Oh, you're dead, you little...
Doesn't do anything. Invulnerable.
This ain't high school.
Frankie!
Let's party. Don't worry, babies. Daddy gonna give you some too.
Xander, walk
I
out.
think it's the daddy thing.
My God, just walk out. Well, he doesn't know he's invulnerable. He thinks he's just a nerd.
You think maybe you could put in a word for me with that Anya chick? Because if she's taking it from a vamp, I think I might have a chance. I wonder if she's screwing a dead guy. You hit like a girl.
Well, at least I know how to get one.
Oh.
Let's see how popular you are without a face.
Warren, we have to go. We're gonna miss that thing you wanted to do tonight if we don't leave right now. That's all I'm saying. We just gonna leave him there? What if he sicks the Slayer on us?
Bring her on.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
Buffy!
Yeah.
That's what you call on Sin Spike anymore? What did he do? Did he hurt you?
He tried. He didn't.
Son of a bitch.
Don't. Please, just don't.
Hey, I think we finally have something. What happened?
Nothing. What'd you find out?
We were able to decipher pretty much everything except these.
It's Klingon. They're love poems.
It actually could be.
We don't think they're planning just one job. I think there's one they may hit tonight. It's time sensitive.
Okay,
Be careful.
that thing.
Warren's gone all Mighty Mouse.
Good. Then I won't have to hold back.
I don't know if you can do much there. Alright, Spike. Like, I will say this. I get why people would just not like this season. Exclusively because of that scene. And whatever we're doing here. I get it. I get why people would be like, alright, I don't want to watch the fuck this season. Hey Clem, what's up, my boy?
So I thought, there's a Knight Rider marathon on the TV, so I got hot wings.
Hell yeah.
What have I done? Why didn't I do it? What has she done to me?
Slayer, huh? Gosh, she's a sweet girl, Spike, but hey, whew, issues.
Why do I feel this way?
That was a funny thing.
I feel like he's gonna kill Clem or something. Like, this is an interesting conversation to be had.
You know, everything always used to be so clear. It isn't supposed to be this way. It's the chick. It won't let me be a monster. And I can't be a man. I'm nothing.
Hey, Come on now, Mr. Negative. You never know what's just around the corner. Things change.
Yeah, they do. If you make them.
Not ominous at all. Dude, I can't wait for the spike scores in the comment section for this video. I am reading them. Just because it would make me feel bad. Just because I don't want to relive that scene, you know?
Want to grab a bite after? I think Rufus is still open.
Hi. Is this your bank?
How did she get?
There's gonna be a fee for that.
I don't think she has a chance against or the Warren.
You really got a problem with strong women, don't you?
Seem a little off. Is this a bad day?
It really is. Well, you have to take away his magic items, really. Jonathan has to tell her he has some magical items on him.
Killer. Killer! You know who I am? Huh? Slayer?
You're a murderer.
Well, that too, but more to the point. I'm the guy that beat you. And it's not the muscles, baby. It's the brains.
I'll remember that when I knock him clean out of your ball.
Whoa, Sparky, I didn't think you had it in you. Orbs. Smash his orbs.
Give it a message. If you're gonna kick him in the balls, think of different orbs. No, she sees them. Yes! Hell yeah, Jonathan.
Good night, bitch.
Get away from me.
Spike is gonna come in and...
Down, you piece of shit.
What? What the? What? Why did you have a jetpack?
Well
Dude,
played,
but all of you do it. Have it. Yeah.
Why didn't I get one of those?
Oh my god. Yeah, get his ass.
Jetpacks. You jerks were setting me up to take the fall.
Yeah.
He left me. He flew away and left me.
Obviously. Well, to be fair, you fail your escape route. That was on you, not on him. He takes no responsibility for you being an idiot.
How could he do this to me? He promised we'd be together, but
Oh, he was in love with Warren. I ain't...
he never really loved hanging out with us.
Oh my god.
Get
What's
nice and
Spike doing?
comfortable. I'll be back. And when I do, things are gonna change.
What's Spike up to? Is he just leaving? I don't know where, but he's leaving.
Hey, clothes.
Better not get used to him.
Yes, ma'am.
I think maybe 70% of scenes featuring these two this episode feature them naked.
Time for the spring poking already?
Just making sure there are no more evil trio cameras. Jonathan and Andrew got clinked, but Warren pulled a Rocket Man.
You'll find him. He won't be much good without his friends.
No, he won't.
How did we get here? The past few weeks.
I know.
I thought I had bottom, but it hurt that you didn't trust me enough to tell me about Spike.
I'm sorry. I should have told you.
Maybe you would have. I hadn't given you so many reasons to think I'd be an ass about it.
Guess we've all done a lot of things lately we're not proud of.
I don't know what I'd do without you and Will.
Let's not find out.
Yeah.
Buffy, you think you could just do that to me? Think again.
Your shirt.
Tara?
Sweet fancy Moses, where the hell did he... Oh, God.
Tara?
I don't care about Buffy.
Baby, come on.
I don't give a fuck about Buffy.
Buffy! Buffy!
No. No.
I think her eyes were red. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. Do I have like anything I can like throw and not care if it breaks? I guess I can throw like a charger, like a phone charger. That made me feel a little better. A little. Tiny bit. Okay. Alright, I'm just immediately recording the discussion. I don't give a fuck. We need to preserve the emotion of the moment to the best of our ability. So, okay. In this episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Jonathan and Andrew go in jail. Warren escapes. He became vulnerable, but then Buffy won against them thanks to Jonathan. Then he came back and he shot and killed one of our main characters and severely injured the other. Maybe killed her. I don't fucking know. They could bring her back to life twice. That's on the table. Anything could happen. And the Spike tried to rape Buffy. That also did happen at one point. Xander and Buffy fought, but then they made up at the end. That was kind of cool. I like that. Sorry, in case it wasn't clear, I'm just like, I'm like processing the entire episode in my head because I don't want to confront the reality of what happened because I don't want to think about it. I'm just like recapping. But I guess I ran out of things to recap. Man, fuck that episode. Okay, sure. Okay, whatever. Where do I go? What do I say? I just wanted to have a chill day today, you know? Like, I haven't slept yet. So, like, I was hoping to just get this Buffy out and then just, like, go and hit the bed. And like, that's not going to happen today. Today is a bad day. It's a bad day all around. Okay, so it's so funny how when the video started, I was like, man, the Sandra and Anya thing is, like, the most important thing right now. So, maybe this episode is going to be about that. And it wasn't like a little bit, but like, I don't give a fuck about that anymore. There's so many other things I'm thinking about right now. Okay. So, all right. How many episodes do we have left in this? I think we have like 3 episodes left. Man, fuck this episode. Okay. I'm gonna pull out the episode again, and I'm gonna recap. Let me skim through it to like think about what to even talk about. Okay. I guess I need to start at the ending. I need to start right at the ending, and then we can like decompress. But I guess we're gonna decompose, just like Tara's body right now. God damn it! So okay, this episode, Warren really cements himself as the biggest villain in the entirety of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. That did happen today. It's funny how I'm thinking about when I watched season 5. I finished season 5, and I was talking to my editor. And I remember my editor telling me, and I'm pretty sure I mentioned this already before, but I remember my editor telling me, like, Buffy killed, like, Glory. We defeated Glory. Like, where's the main antagonist gonna go after that, you know? Like, we defeated a god. So, like, where can we go after that, you know, in terms of, like, power? And I'm like, man, power doesn't fucking matter in this show. Like, it really doesn't. And then this entire season comes out, and it's exactly what I said, which is, like, it doesn't matter. The stake doesn't matter. Like, we save the world, like, 10 times at this point. It doesn't fucking matter. What matters is what happens to our characters and how they feel and the relationships they have and how they break whenever some asshole with a gun shows up and just fucking murders the best lesbian character we had in a while. Doesn't really matter the fact that it's a lesbian. That's just kind of a plus. Tara's just great on her own. Oh man, god damn it. Okay, so like, okay, Warner's really okay. What's fascinating about Warren is that, like, I still don't give a shit about this guy, but I really, really, really want Buffy to kill him. Even though Buffy might be dead, but the show's called Buffy the Vampire Slayer, so she's gonna come back, even if she's not dead. But she might be, but she not. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. You know, what if the show just renames itself to Xander, the normal guy, and then we just follow Xander? You know, what if it just renames itself to Willow the Witch? That's a fun alliteration, Willow the Witch. We could do Willow the Witch, and it's just Willow going on an insane revenge spree, and then she causes the apocalypse. She levels the entire North American continent, and then the season ends. And the next season, it's back to Buffy, and we just pretend that the past 4 episodes of the show didn't happen, you know? I don't know if it's clear to me, but I think I've hit the point of heightened emotion where it's like getting a little bit delirious. It's also the sleep deprivation. That's definitely a part of it. But I think that whenever I hit a point of heightened emotion, words just kind of come out. And it doesn't, is not necessarily pointed in any which direction. I'm not even looking at the camera. I'm just like in the distance, like, which is like my wall. It's just like a bunch of unfiltered thoughts, and you can get a hint of like an emotion that I'm processing that has nothing to do with what I'm saying. That's kind of where I'm at, really. Okay. I'm also not doing that on purpose. Like, I actually am trapping myself in like a logic loop whenever I do that, because like, when you want to load up a file on Windows and your cursor turns into that little spinny thing, that's happening in my brain right now. I'm just like that. It's just like Tara's corpse and the spinny thing on top of her. It's just buffering. So like, where do I even fucking begin with this episode? Like where do I... The way I conduct my videos, usually the way this works, is that I watch an episode and then I talk about the episode. That's something I do. I express thoughts and I kind of try to analyze it a little bit, and I say like, hey, it's really cool that this thing happened, and I go like, oh, maybe it's interesting because they're doing something like that. I don't know how I can do that with this episode in particular, and I don't think I've ever encountered an episode that made me feel that way after I finished it. Actually, no, that's wrong. Chainsaw Man episode 8, Gunfire. But so this is a very specific reaction that I'm having, which is I don't think my brain is in a state in which I can process any coherent thoughts. I just kind of want to scream a little bit. That's kind of where I'm at. Maybe that'll make me feel better. A little. Tiny bit. Sorry, editor. I'm going to give you a warning. I'm just going to go on Discord. I'm just going to tell you right now. You can keep this in the final version of the video. Nobody gives a shit. Like, this is just an emotional rant. I think it's fun for people to see this. To see a descent into madness. That's really what this entire show has been, really. It's all been built up for this fucking episode. Can I stop watching the show now? Like, is this it? Like, it can get either worse or better than this. This is it. This is like the quintessential episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Okay. I'm really trying to think about what to talk about, and I'm having a very difficult time figuring out what to talk about. Because I could talk about Spike. You all want me to talk about Spike? No. I don't want to think about Spike trying to rape Buffy. And then I'm like, do I want to talk about Spike trying to rape Buffy when Tara just died? No, I don't want to do that. Do I want to talk about Tara just dying? No, I don't want to do that. Do I want to just walk out and leave? I do, actually. I do want to do that. God damn it. Oh, the comment section for this video is going to be a fucking festival. It's just going to be whatever, man. Hey, if you think my reaction to this episode is funny, write that in the comments, because I want to see comments of people being like, Lameo is funny, how they're losing their mind, instead of like 7 paragraphs of Spike scores. I don't want to look at 7 paragraphs of Spike scores. And I don't want to be reminded that Tara just died. So just let me know if you think I'm funny. Okay, I'm crashing down. I'm coming down here. You know when you can feel your emotions of like going down in your body? I'm feeling that right now. I kind of want to rewatch the final scene because I wasn't looking at my screen. It's just like clear, like Tara just died. Willow is sad. Buffy is dying because she just got shot. Willow gets like demonized or something. Like, that's it. There's nothing I miss. It's just misery. The entire episode is really priming you for it too, because the entire episode is just like Dawn is geeking out, and it's like, oh my god, you two are back together, and it's just like, oh my god, Willow and Tara are so nice, and it's all back to being happy and good, and you know, everyone's miserable and everything's sad, but at least these two are back together and they're nice and happy. Isn't it great how Tara's back? So yeah, the entire episode is really just priming you for it. But I do think that it was it made a lot of sense that it was Dawn geeking out like that. Dawn's reaction to this is gonna break my heart. I just realized I'm gonna have to watch that next episode. It made a lot of sense that it was Dawn, the one that in this episode she felt so happy to see Tara back. Because to Dawn, like, they were her moms, really, for half a year. And on some level, they still are, you know? And, like, Dawn is someone that feels so lonely and really wants people to be there for her. And so that's what her entire character has been. And so during this season where everything and everyone is just falling apart, it's really nice to see, like, Dawn seeing Tara come back, and she's like immediately like, oh my god, no, you two go back together, go back to fucking or whatever. I'm gonna go down, I'm gonna watch TV really loud so I don't hear anything. You go back to doing whatever you were doing. I don't care. I just love that you're here. God, I'm so happy. You know? It makes a lot of sense for Dawn to react in that way. And it also makes a lot of sense for Dawn to be the one that actually went to see Spike. She went to confront him on some level about hurting Buffy, but then she also went to kind of check in on him, which was interesting because Dawn actually cares about Spike on some level. Because Spike is like that weird uncle. Is that uncle that just lets you do cool shit and maybe is gonna get you to commit some kind of crime and get you to have some like severe accident. Like, he's that guy. But he is still like family on some level. You know, on some weird fucked up level. So I think it makes sense for Dawn to be the one to go look for him, because she still like really wants to see how he's doing, and then also confront him about what happened, you know. And I do like that's okay. We have to talk about Spike. God damn it. Okay, we're gonna talk about Spike. Everybody, brace yourselves. Hold on to your fucking armrests. Like, get fucking ready. We're gonna talk about Spike today. God damn it. Calm down. You know what? Like, I feel like any conversation about Spike and like what he is or whatever doesn't matter until you watch this episode. That's kind of where I'm at. I almost want. I don't know what the fuck I said about Spike in the past. I know I know a lot of what I said was I don't want to talk about Spike, and then I did. But a fun fact about people who record a bunch of videos where they just say a bunch of stuff, especially me, who I just say shit off the cuff. Like, whatever comes to me, I just say it. I don't really remember what I said. And that means that I don't fucking remember what I said about Spike and Buffy and their situation in the past. Maybe I remember some vague details, and maybe I can retrace my steps and get there, you know? But I bet you anything that if I go back and listen to myself, I'd be like, fuck that. I don't care anymore. Because any and all conversations to be had about Spike and Spike's nature and Spike's version of love and Spike's ability to feel love or not, or like the nature of the chip or the relationship, who's the abusive party, are both of them abusive parties, who's more abusive, like, I don't think that any of that holds any weight until you watch this episode. I feel like this episode is such a like astronomical, like meteorical game changer in terms of the dynamics of these characters and how you read Spike, that I think that there, like, none of what I said mattered. Oh my god. Why do you people watch these videos, dog? Like, why do y'all watch me talk about Spike and not tell me you don't have to worry about Spike until season 6, episode 19, and then you're gonna have to record a 4 hours video about Spike? That's what you should have told me. It would have been spoilers. It's good that you didn't. But it would have been more respectful to both my time and yours, because I wouldn't have to feel like a fucking idiot trying to think about, you know, what's the deal with Spike for so long until I get to this episode and where everything goes out the fucking window. How do I want to approach that really bad scene? Not the final one. The one that didn't happen at the end. The other one, which was arguably worse. Like I said, I think it's the worst scene. Definitely the most uncomfortable scene in the entire show. I hated it. I hated every second of it. I was just sitting here and it wasn't looking at my screen. Man, this episode got me to not look at my screen twice. God damn. You know what's... I hate saying this. I think I'm gonna have to watch the scene again. Because I wasn't watching it the first time. Because it made me so uncomfortable I didn't want to look at it. And I didn't want to listen to whatever the fuck he was saying. But if I want to talk about it, I'm gonna have to watch it. God damn it. Okay, so without watching it again, because I don't want to, honestly, I really just don't want to. The way I look at Spike in that scene is him desperately pleading for Buffy to give him what he wants. And her not doing so, and Spike becoming so desperate, he resorts to just rape, straight up. And there was a vehicle passing when I said that. I don't give a fuck. Ideally, I would do a retake, or I would wait, and then I would say things. I don't care. This is a discussion that I just want. I just want to get through. Just get me out of here. I already foresee the next like hour of my life, and it's just sitting here reminiscing on whatever the fuck this was. Is this the craziest fucking episode of Buffy we've ever seen? Like we've seen Restless, and that's crazy at like a different level. We have like Hush or whatever. We have the musical episode. We have The Body. That's a pretty good one. And all of these episodes are unique in their own ways. I feel like this is the craziest normal episode of Buffy we've ever seen. Which makes it not normal. But it is the craziest episode we've seen that follows like a standard formula, kind of. You know? And I hated it. And when I say that, I want to clarify. Okay. I get why. Yes, I get why. I'm not doing that on purpose, by the way. My brain is short-circuiting, trying to get words out with this episode. But I get why this season is so divisive, exclusively from this episode alone. I feel like this episode alone is like a litmus test. This is like, you either love season 6 or you fucking hate it. There's like no in between. It's just like, you either find everything that happens here incredibly fascinating and affecting, or you want to kill yourself after watching this episode and you hate it and you never want to look at it again and fuck this season. Because I feel that way, but I do have the mind to actually pull myself back and be like, no, let's focus on what is actually moving here with those relationships, the complexity of it all, and like realize like how that is so juicy and interesting, which is true. Like, that's how I feel about this season. And ultimately, at the end of the day, I don't hate this episode, but god damn it, I hate this episode. You know, you feel me. You know what I'm saying when I say that. But I still haven't checked if I broke that, like, charter or whatever that I threw away. Whenever that episode ended and I was just looking around my desk, I'm like, I need to break something. Something needs to break. And I just kept looking around, and I'm looking at, like, an expensive, my headset that is new. If you notice the bow, it's because it's a new headset. I'm looking at this like game controller, and I'm like, can I break that? Like, I could, but do I want to? And I'm like, I feel like I'm gonna regret that later. I'm looking at my phone, and I'm like, my phone is already kind of falling apart. It's definitely gonna fully break if I just throw that shit in there. And I'm just like, okay, no, go back to the episode. Calm down. Zen. I just remember I have to talk about Spike raping Buffy, or attempting to. It didn't happen, which doesn't make it better. Dude, wait, hold on. I need to check something. I do need to check something. Give me a second. Somebody told me you had a boyfriend that looked like a girlfriend. I think somebody told me we had a change in the intro this episode, and that I should pay attention to it, and I didn't. But I didn't notice anything, so there should be something for me to notice. Okay, so we're just gonna watch this fucking intro now. Is there anything different in it that I can notice? I don't see any changes. If there was a change to the intro, I didn't see it. Unless I should look at like a different version of the episode. I'm tired of changing episodes, versions of episodes. I keep swapping between them. I'm not gonna bother with that right now. I'm really just trying really hard not to think about that scene with Spike and Buffy, you know? But okay, here we go. It's a rape scene. Ugh. Man, I wish I was talking about Chainsaw Man. I bought the Chainsaw Man manga that I was missing, and I started reading it, and I recorded a thing for that the other night, and I was like, hell yeah, I love Chainsaw Man. I wish I was talking about Chainsaw Man. I want to talk about this episode. I want to talk about Chainsaw. I want to go back to a place where I feel more comfortable, which is crazy to say about Chains Goddamn Salman. Okay, it was Spike raping Buffy. So he there is a confrontation about the way that they see love and how they feel about one another, and Buffy cares about Spike, but she doesn't love Spike because she feels like she's never going to be able to trust him enough to love him. And then Spike hears that, and then he posits his version of love, which is, you don't need trust. Love is not about trust. It's about just wild passion and nothing else. And Buffy says, well, if you only care about that, then you both just burn out and like die fast because like nothing matters, so fuck it. And Spike then tries to convince Buffy that it is about just wild passion and nothing else by demonstrating that Buffy actually does want it in a horrific display of something that I wasn't expecting the show to just dump on me like that. But it makes sense. There is a little bit of a precedent with Warren and that woman he killed, because they were gonna try to rape her, and she did say it, and I liked it that she said it. I liked that she said it, and I liked that I was like, yes, like this is awful. Like I couldn't get past how nonchalant they were about it, and then she just said it, just spelled it out for them. And then they were like, wait, no. And I'm like, yes, you dumb idiots. Like, it really pissed me off. But I like that she pointed it out for what it was. But I wasn't expecting it to, watch, And for it to happen between Spike and Buffy, which are two of our main characters. Which is like Buffy is our main character. So it's extra things to see her in that situation. But the fact that it's also just Spike, who he has been a main character, whether we like him or not, he has been a main character. He has showed up every goddamn episode for the past, maybe 60 episodes at this point. I don't know. And he's always here. And at this point, particularly previous season and then this season, he has become a main character. Like him or not, he is one of our main characters. He's one of our main cast. And to see this happen between the both of them, it's not that it doesn't make sense, because it does, but I also wasn't expecting it. Partially because I just didn't expect Spike to take things in that direction, but also because I just wasn't expecting the show itself to take the tone in that direction. To just so blatantly show it to you in the horrific reality that it is. I don't know what to do with that, because it just made me feel so miserable. I don't want to talk about it. I do like that immediately after that, Spike was like, I'm sorry I didn't. And it's just like, oh my fucking god. And I like that Buffy was like, that's why I can't trust you. It's just like, that was a clear display and you can see it. I don't know. Part of me was really, really, really hoping that Spike would have seen that and then immediately killed himself. I would have really wanted to see that. At that point, I felt like I'm done with Spike. I'm sorry, Spike fans. I think I'm done with y'all. I think I'm done with Spike in general. And I get why SPIKESCOURSE is a thing. I get it. I've been getting this entire time because I've been following this fucking character. I've been getting why people who love Spike, really love Spike. I get it. I get why. Because he is this guy who, on some level, and follow me on this path here. Just follow me. Just trust me on this. On some level, he is this, wild, sad boy who just wants to be loved and never got a chance. And they don't get him and they misjudge him and mischaracterize him a lot of the time. And he was never being given the respect that he wished he had, even in life and definitely in death. And I there is a level of that you can see at the ending of season 5 where he's like, you treat me like a real man, and that is why I like you, because it really just makes you feel bad for this guy because he never really had a shot. And like now he's having an inkling of what it could be a shot, and at a moment in which he shouldn't. And like it's many layers of like forbidden love, like kind of a trope that is also appealing to people a lot of the times. So I get why you would look at Spike and you would be like, all right, I really like this dude. On the other hand, I have eyeballs and I just watched this episode. You know? Like that's my counter argument to that. It's like, I have eyeballs and I just watched this episode and it made me feel really badly and I don't want to deal with that fool anymore. That's it. I don't think I need to say anything else because like I understand where you're coming from. I understand what's going on with this guy. I understand, and I it's not that I don't think he's a liar whenever he's like, I didn't mean to do that, I didn't mean to hurt you, I'm sorry. Like I think he means it, but his nature is so bad that shit just comes out of him sometimes. And if you like Spike, you have to be able to look at something like that coming out and think to yourself, I still like him, which I am not willing to do because I am not gonna betray my heart like that. I don't think I hated anything or anyone more in this show than in that moment when Spike did that. Up until like 20 minutes later when Warren shot Tara. But I'm actually like funnily enough, I'm coming down from that. From the fact that Warren just killed Tara. But my hatred for Spike is still like is not coming down, and I don't think it's gonna come down. I think I never say never. Like I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen in Buffy season 7. But like yeah, like the way I feel about Spike, like I already felt weird about Spike. And I did not like Spike. And I do think he's a very interesting character, Spike. Like, that's how I felt historically about Spike. It's that I find him to be extremely interesting and oftentimes very funny. And I think James Marsters is an incredible performer, and I think he plays the character in this exactly right way. And I do feel the emotion in the portrayal of Spike coming from the actor himself. I don't think I can move on from this scene, my guy. Like that's it. Like I don't think my feelings that came out when that was happening are going away. Maybe they will. I don't know what's gonna happen in the future. I could die tomorrow. A plane could fall on me. But right now, in this moment, I don't think I want to entertain the thought that I could ever give a fuck about Spike anymore. You know? That's how I feel. Let's move on from that. I have phone notifications or whatever. Just get the fuck away from me. I don't care. So, I said the word Spike a lot this discussion. I don't want to do that anymore. I feel really bad for Buffy. I feel really bad for fucking everybody. But I really like that when Xander came along. Like, he saw Spike's jacket and he was like, oh, you two are getting together again just to rub it on me. And then he comes into the bathroom and he sees Buffy just bruised and crying on the bathroom floor. And then he immediately can read what happened. And then he's like, okay, like in that moment, all of the like vitriol and frustration and honestly kind of hostility that he felt towards Buffy that we saw in the previous scene just went away. He was like, oh, he immediately felt concern and worry and sadness for his friend. Which I really like how like this episode really focused a lot on Buffy and Xander's friendship because like Xander felt really betrayed and he says it. He felt very betrayed and hurt that Buffy didn't tell him. And like I get it from Buffy's perspective. Like I'm not blaming her for it because I get like when I watched that scene between Buffy and Tara where Buffy just says it like Tara says it in this episode, like she's just like it just kind of came out. And I remember that scene and yes, it did. Like it was a moment of like Buffy's like honestly like a lot of like trauma and feelings about herself and the relationship and how she feels about Spike, but also how she sees herself. Like a lot of it just coming out and just it sounded so fucked up. Like it reminded me of Faith. Like I said, it really did. It was like please don't forgive me. Like oh my god, you never want to. You never want to reach that point of self-hatred. But Buffy did. And all that shit just came blurting out. And it was the thing of like, Tara didn't even know what to do. She was like, oh no. Like, she just tried to comfort her in any way she could. And she was there for her when she needed it in the party. But, like, I get why Buffy wouldn't tell Xander. But I also fully understand. And I know that apparently people don't want to give Xander any quarter. People don't want to give Xander any, like, validation or anything. Like, he has no ground to stand on, and I disagree with that. I think Xander does. Because I understand that, like, I understand his, like, trauma with his family and his dad and his own self-hatred that has gone unchecked. And that is the kind of shit that you really, really, really need to work on actively, because if you don't, it's just gonna come out in the worst moment possible, which is what happened in the wedding. He didn't mean to hurt Anya, and he didn't mean to break up with Anya, even though that's what people understood. And it's not that he doesn't love Anya, he does, but he sees himself as such a piece of shit, such a rotten individual, because I am my father's son, that I know for a fact that I am going to abuse and beat up Anya if we get together. So it's best for her if I wasn't here. I get that. So I don't feel bad for Xander in that wedding episode. Moving forward, when Anya fucks Spike, I feel bad for Anya that entire episode because Anya's clearly hurting. And she fucks Spike because she's clearly hurting as well. But then I feel bad for Xander too because, like, what the fuck? Like, it's not that he doesn't love Anya. He makes bad decisions and he has a lot of unresolved issues with himself. But it's not that he doesn't love Anya, and he's trying to work that out again. And he's trying to talk to her about it. But then Anya just goes and fucks Spike. And it's like, all right, I guess, I get, like, he reacts in the way that he does. And, like, on some level, and I do like what Xander said in this episode too, on some level, I get, like, I don't think that Xander has much claim to feel betrayed by Anya for doing what she did with Spike. And I like that in this episode, Xander says that. Or, like, he doesn't say that, but he says, like, I understand. I get why she did what she did. Like, I get why she was feeling the way that she did. Because, like, he knows it's his fault. He knows it's his fault, and he blames himself for it. And he's like, I get it. I hurt her, and she hurt me back. And she wasn't even trying to hurt me back, but she hurt me back. And she was hurting, and that's why she did what she did. I get it. What hurt Xander was the fact that Buffy didn't confide in him. Buffy didn't trust him enough to tell him what happened, and that hurt him. And I get that. Because he doesn't know what Buffy has been going through, because she hasn't told anybody shit. To them, Buffy's just keeping secrets from them and just fucking Spike. So, of course, everybody's like, what? And it's just like, Buffy doesn't tell people about how she's been falling apart. How she's, like, bursting at the seams. She doesn't, like, she's at the point where, like, nothing matters anymore. And that's why she ended up going to Spike. And she's been slowly working through those issues. And for the most part, she has been successful. And that is commendable. It's great that Buffy has been able to kind of just work through so many of her issues that she's had this season. Like, as I'm saying that, I'm realizing that, like, Buffy's not great right now, but she's better. She's significantly better right now, ironically, thanks to Riley, than she has been the entire season. Everything's falling apart at the seams, and Buffy's someone that is just kind of, she's at a point where she's like, okay, everything that's fucked up, but, like, at least I am making the right choices now. So that is something that I want to commend Buffy Summers on. You know, she's a fictional character. She's just not real. But I do feel like that is something commendable about her, that she managed to just somehow walk through the coals and just come out the other end and still be standing, you know? And that's amazing. So I think that's incredible. And I do think that while I understand Xander, I also don't want to blame Buffy for anything, you know, of course. You know, it's just a situation that it's just so messy and it sucks so much and everyone hurts so much that, like, yeah, I can't point any fingers here. Which is why I like that at the end of the episode, before all that shit happened, at the end of the episode, Buffy and Xander do kind of make up you know? And they talk about it and they are open about it. And it's this thing of like Xander expressing the fact that he was hurt. He didn't feel like he felt like Buffy didn't trust him, and that is what hurt him. Because ultimately they're friends. And it's like, I thought we were close friends. I thought I was someone that you could tell stuff and you didn't. And instead you were doing shit behind my back. And it's not that it was behind his back and that is what upset him. It's that he felt like Buffy didn't trust him. He felt betrayed by it. Like Xander in that moment. Like, I don't know if Xander knows if other people knew or not. Like, I wouldn't put it past Xander if his entire episode he's been operating under the assumption that like, oh, everybody knew and they didn't tell me. You know, they were giggling behind my back or all the crazy shit that's happening. Willow probably knew, you know, but at the end he's just like, you know, like we all acted kind of immaturely. We all acted impulsively, and he does say like, maybe you would have told me if I didn't give you so many reasons not to. You know, which is kind of true because Xander does act in certain ways that sometimes you go like, you know, I don't know if I can tell you shit because you're either gonna laugh at me or you're gonna judge me, and like that's the thing about Buffy is that she felt extremely ashamed of herself for what she was doing. So of course she didn't tell anybody. So yeah, if Xander was less judgmental, maybe she would have told them. You know, maybe she would have, but. What's done is done. And like at the end of the day, like Xander is someone that can be like, you know, like I understand, you know, I'm not going to hate you for it. It's okay. And they're friends. They're all friends. They all care for one another and they're going to stick together. And now they're going to really stuck together because the main, I think we're just down to the trio on Dawn now. God, I haven't even thought about that. So Tara died. Anya, I don't know if she gives a shit anymore. And Spike just left town, I think. So I think it's just down to our main three. Dude, that's crazy. This entire show just swerve. And it's just like, actually, no, it's all different now. In one episode. That's crazy. Okay, that's the Xander stuff. And that's the Buffy stuff, I think. So Andrew made a lot of gay innuendos this episode. So that was Andrew's contribution to that episode. I said this before, and I still feel that way. That I like how Andrew and Warren and Jonathan are the like big bats this season. But they're not, but they are, but they're not, you know? Like, they are the main antagonists, quote unquote. And I guess they are, because they are, but they don't really matter that much. Like, they're not really powerful or anything at all. And they just narrowly keep avoiding our main cast. And in this case, they couldn't avoid her, you know? In this case, like, Warren just escaped narrowly. But the other two just got taken into jail. So, like, yeah, sure, Andrew and Jonathan are now in jail. And I do like that Jonathan, I set the seal. I felt like Jonathan was going to be the one that was going to help them out. And he did. He helped them out. He helped Buffy out. He told her how to defeat Warren. And then he went in jail anyway. And I think that's fair. I think that is absolutely fair. Jonathan has been committing crimes. He's already committed crimes before, you know, in Superstar. So, like, yeah, sure, he can go in jail. I don't really feel really that badly about it. I think he gets a little bit of what he deserves. And Andrew for sure. Like, I don't like Andrew. And here's the thing about Andrew is that I don't know if he was clear before that he had feelings for Warren. Maybe he did, and I just like didn't clue in on that, and maybe that's just me just being blind. But like I noticed previous episode, and I'm sure that if I go back, I can notice it before. But a previous episode, it became so clear to me that okay, oh, he's gay. But then this episode, every line he dropped was just like, oh man, I can't wait to like get my hands on those orbs or something like that. It was just like, and like I thought about me making it like a balls joke, and I didn't. And then Andrew made like 3. I'm just like, okay, you go, Andrew, you do your thing. But like now I'm wondering if that was just there before and I just didn't see it, and now that it's clear to me, I'm seeing it, you know? But yeah, sure, that's the thing with Andrew. But like I don't like Andrew because Andrew is the coward. He's the coward who wants to feel superior. And that was shown to us very clearly before, but it was also highlighted in this episode as well when they're taking out those demons in order to get this like magical balls or whatever. Andrew gets them from the bag with this like electric prod or whatever, and he's really getting him. And then he's down on the floor, and then Andrew goes from being scared, from being like, I'm gonna, how do you like that? And it's this thing of like, Andrew delights in feeling superior and inflicting hurt, but he doesn't have it in him to deal with the consequences of it. So that's why he's scared of doing anything. But in a world without the consequences, Andrew doesn't give a fuck. And that's the part that I hate. Because, like, I can see the remorse in Jonathan. I can see Jonathan being like, I didn't expect him to go this far. Oh, man, I didn't want to do this. You know, I can see the remorse in that guy. Warren is a full-on psychopath. Like, I'm not expecting anything out of Warren. Warren just sucks. He just sucks. And he sucks in a way that is so pathetic, but also so human, too. Like, he's going after his high school bullies and getting their girls. That's it. That is his big master plan. And it's like, I'm going to do that. I'm going to get revenge on my high school bullies. And then I'm going to get a bunch of money. And I'm going to get some pussy. And it's like, that's it. And it's like, my God, Warren sucks so bad. But a degree of like honesty in Warren that I appreciate, in that he just sucks. He just sucks. He's just a bad guy. I hate him, and that's it. Andrew is a guy who would never do anything bad, but then when he realizes that he actually can get away with it, he's like, oh, now I want to do it. Just because he wants to get the thrill of feeling like he's above the rules and above whatever person he's exerting power over. That's it. So, like, I have, like, zero level of respect for Andrew because of that. And he can be as funny making gay jokes or whatever, which arguably whether or not they're funny, honestly, or just straight up offensive. But, you know, that's a conversation for different people to have. But to me, I just despise the fact that Andrew is this guy who just really is here because he feels like Warren can take on anyone. And he's like, yeah. And then after Warren does his bullshit, I get to be there too, and I get to feel like I'm better than those guys that lost. And it's just like, man, Andrew, you suck ass. Like, I have a level of respect, not for Warren as a character, but for, like, the kind of shit that Warren, like, kind of sticks to, which is he just sucks and he's bad and he's very clear in what he's about. But Andrew is, like, the guy who pretends to be a coward because he's a coward, and then when you turn around, he stabs you in the back and he's like, you like that? You bitch! And it's like, oh my God, Andrew, you suck. But I do like the trio because of how real they are and how pathetic they are too, including Warren. Because Warren is pathetic in what he's doing. He really is. But I have to say, I also do have a level of appreciation for Warren just coming in with a gun in the middle of the day. Because, like, I'm pretty sure I made that joke maybe like 12 times at this point throughout the entirety of the show, because at first we were like mostly dealing with just vampires, and you kind of get away with it by saying like, oh, a vampire can go into your house and invite it. So it's like, okay, so Buffy can be safe while she's at home, and she's not safe when she's at school, but then school is where all the bullshit happens anyway. But then we started going into different monsters, and at a certain point I was just like, why don't just any of them just come in with a gun and just shoot her, right? Like, that's how I felt. And it never happened up until this moment. Warren just comes in middle of the day with a gun and just shoots her. And I'm just like, yeah, like, sure. Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he do that? Like, I feel like if he didn't, and then you told me, like, why didn't he come in with a gun? I'd be like, you're right. He should have come in with a gun. But he did. That makes sense. Warren sucks. He's a psychopath. He has the access to a bunch of money, which means that he has access to weaponry because you can buy a fucking gun at a Walmart in the United States of America. Also, this was made like, these episodes, I'm pretty sure that they were made pre 9/11, like just narrowly. They aired after, but I think they were made before. So, you know, maybe Control wasn't that high up there, but even then, Control. I'm sorry, I'm not American, so I'm just talking out of my ass here. But I'm pretty sure Control in the United States really just meant like, we hate anyone whose skin color is just like a little bit darker. So, you know, and just like, we're just gonna take all your shit in planes. So I don't think there was anything in terms of gun control. So maybe I'm just talking out of my ass here. But yeah, like, why wouldn't Warren just come in with a gun and shoot her? Like, yeah, that's it. There you go. Like, done. The most incredible, and I mean incredible in the sense of like it is difficult to believe that happened, is that he shot Tara. Because I'm looking at like the angles and I'm like, how did he shoot Tara? How? I'm pretty sure that there is no way that from like the ground level to the second level he would have like just randomly shot in that direction. And also looking at where Tara was standing, she wasn't standing with the window literally on her back. She was standing like a couple feet in front of it, which like looking at the angle, I'm like, it makes no goddamn sense that that shot hit her. It's already like a stroke of like divine intervention that the bullet even like a random bullet went there is because like he came to shoot Buffy. So why would he do this and then he just like there? I guess like I recoil and shot randomly in that direction. And I guess the bullet ricocheted and hit Tara as well. I don't know. Or maybe Warren is secretly whole horse. Maybe he has the Emperor. Who knows? But sure, that happens. Spike leaves the show. Maybe he leaves town. I get maybe he's gonna go to LA. Who knows? Who knows what the fuck Spike's gonna do? I'm also behind on Angel too. Like, am I gonna have to binge like 4 Angel episodes in a row in order to like actually see Spike come along? I don't want to see Spike and Angel. I just don't want to see Spike for a while. At least until next season. I'm done. I'm done with that fool. But he's seemingly leaving, so we'll see what that happens. But Spike seems that he had some kind of revelation, and his revelation was, I need to get more evil. I think. I guess. Sure. I guess that's what's happening with Spike. Because, like, what's fascinating about Spike... I hate talking about Spike. What's fascinating about Spike is that he's having this conversation with Clem, which is really funny choice of a character to be there. But, like, he says... Like, Spike... What he says is not, why did I do that? What Spike says is, why didn't I do it? Which is, again, it makes sense. But it's worse. Because it's not that Spike is questioning, like, his humanity in terms of, like, you know, like, why did I do something so cruel to Buffy? Why did I hurt her like that? He's thinking, why did I stop myself and not hurt her? Why didn't I go through with it? And because he's thinking like a monster. He's thinking like she did something to me that made me stop being a monster. That made me just not go through with all the fucked up bullshit that I want to do. And then he ends up rationalizing, it's the chip, it's the goddamn chip, and I'm going to do something about it. So I guess that's what's going on in Spike Land. I don't know what else to do with that. He left. And I guess I don't want to think about it anymore. And I guess I don't have to. So that's that. Yeah, what else happened in this goddamn episode? Anya she still feels... I'm turning into a goblin as I devolve into insanity here. Anya still feels betrayed by Xander. That's the update on Anya. And I guess the only thing left to talk about maybe is Tara dying. Like, I'm sure Tara died. Like, I'm sure. And if she didn't die, I don't know how I would feel about it, but I feel like this time it's for real. Like, the last time in season 5, like, that already happened. I feel like this time, it's too late to take it back. It has to be for real. Like, at a certain point, death has to sting, you know? She already died in season 5. I mean, she didn't, but her brain died, which is the same as her dying, let's be honest. But then she came back. I don't think we can take back Tara dying. I think she's just dead. Because unfortunately, Willow learned her lesson by bringing Buffy back to life. And then Buffy was like, I hated that. I just wanted to be left in peace. So I think Willow is going to do the same for Tara. Maybe if she learned her lesson. But I do believe that Willow is probably going to go on like a huge revenge. Just like it happened last time, really. Dude, Warren's fucking cooked. Like Warren is done. Oh my, which like makes me think like, where's the show gonna fucking go? We have 3 episodes to go and I feel like Warren's dead. Like what is Warren gonna do against like the ire of Willow? I mean, I guess maybe next episode where we need like a funeral for Tara. Buffy needs to go to the hospital like ASAP. Maybe she's dead too. I don't fucking know. Like, yeah, I have no clue. I have no clue what's gonna happen next. And I don't know how to feel. I feel like shit, but you know that already. You don't need me to keep spelling that out for you. Is there anything else for me? I mean, I can't shake the comment that somebody made that was like, the intro for this episode is different. Do I do a side-by-side comparison between episodes? Okay, I'm watching them side by side. Like literally previous episode and this episode. If there's anything different, I should be able to tell. Okay, it's different. Is Tara gone from the intro? Or no, Tara was added to the intro, I think. That's really fucking funny. I think they added Amber Benson to the intro. I think that's the difference. That's so fucking funny. They added Tara just to kill her immediately. So I suppose the reason why that person told me that is because they wanted me to feel even more comfortable with Tara being back, which is evil, by the way. I know who you are. I got your fucking name here. I'm gonna ban you for page. I'm not gonna do that. Okay, I'm joking. But that's evil. I didn't realize it because, to be honest with you, whenever a character is in the intro or isn't into intro, I'm not retaining any of that information. You know, because like characters just kind of come and go sometimes. So I'm just like, unless the intro is like the superstar intro, I don't think I can tell a difference. Okay, everybody, I feel delirious. I feel like I've gone through the 5 stages of grief maybe 3 times over throughout the course of this recording session. I feel like if I wanted to, I could say more about Spike. I feel like I could, but I don't want to. And that is my decision. Okay, everybody, that's going to be it for this reaction episode to whatever the fuck this was. Go to... Hey, wait, what was my outro again? How do I make these things? Yeah, sure. Go with Patreon. Bye.